You're a little
Hey,
pixelated for me.
everybody. Hey, it's Coach Sil here, and I have a guest. Kristine is here with us. I'm so excited. If you saw the announcement, I promised that I was going to bring Kristine on to tell her experience about the MissFinisher Masterclass we just wrapped up a couple of days ago. And now she went through the masterclass. She didn't know what the heck she was getting into, but you'll find out from her what that was like. And yeah, let's get right into it. So, and actually I want to just see in case anyone has questions, let me just go there so I can be able to answer anyone's questions if they have any. All right, I think we should be good. So Kristine, so first thing first, you have to share. So obviously, well, when did you first learn about the MissFinisher Masterclass? Was it on Facebook or something?
Yes. Yeah. I saw one of your posts on Facebook.
So what was it about the post where you were like, oh yeah, because I think I was asking you all to submit a question, like what's your greatest question about losing fat or something like that? What was it that triggered you to respond?
You know what, I can't remember what the question was right now, Sylvia, exactly, but you know, obviously it sparked my interest enough to say, hey, you know, okay, I'll try this. I think you and I have talked plenty over the years that I've known you from Heat Wave and whatnot about you know, different things, and I just, your program sparked an interest.
Awesome. So now, but you didn't really know what this master class was about, right?
I did not. No, not at all.
I gave no information.
You did not.
I pretty much.
I believed in you.
Yeah, you believed in me, thankfully. So I guess the moral of the story is if you know me, just trust me. No, just kidding. But I think the biggest thing was that I kept talking about finishing. What did that do for you? Because the program's called MissFinisher. What did that mean anything to you about the whole finishing something you started?
It did. I think I'm definitely one of those people who has started many things and not finished. So yes, I think definitely that little word was something that kept picking at me. Yeah. And I thought, huh. And after obviously going through these last couple of weeks with you, it makes sense. Yeah. Why? And I'm still trying to be a finisher.
Right. And it's, you know, being a finisher is something that I believe is something we choose to do every day. Like there's days I thought I chose to be a finisher and I still don't, and I don't finish. You know, and I think, and I would never want to leave a person to believe that finishing is you make that one decision and that's it. And if you don't finish, okay, now it's over. No, there'll be moments you decided to finish and you don't finish. And so guess what? You start over so that you can finish. In order to finish, you have to start, right? So sometimes we start and we don't finish. So we just have to start over so we can finish. Right. So tell me, what would you say overall? We'll get into a little bit more specific questions, but overall, what was different about this program? Because this program was the basis of it is to help you lose fat, right? Lose weight, lose fat, and keep it off. That's the basis of the entire program. What would you say? How did this differ from maybe other programs, other things you've done before?
Well, I definitely like that you had steps that were involved. It wasn't like an all or nothing. It wasn't like a ton of information. Here, go on your own, and you know, these are all the tools, and goodbye. You know, good luck. It was, okay, you gave us steps. It was baby steps, I felt like. Or maybe not even baby steps, but steps. You know, elimination processes and you know, we talked about the water thing, the whole, you know, adding things that will make a difference this time. So I thought that having you to coach us along and having those steps, that process, and you instructing us on the processes made me think about it. I mean, even being a nurse, you know, you think, you know, hey, I know, you know, calories in, calories out, you know, it's fine. But until you understand the process.
Right. And that's what makes it that accountability part. It's kind of like what you were saying, like me being there along the way. To me personally, whenever I've done a program and someone just hands me the information, it may be literally all the answers I need to lose weight, but and that's fine, and I could follow it. I'm smart enough to follow it, but it's something to say about that accountability, which hopefully you felt like you got in the program, that accountability.
I did, and I definitely think that that's important. You know, you have to be you got to be accountable to yourself, but to be accountable to others,
yeah,
makes a big difference.
Yeah, absolutely. You touched on a little bit about the water. So every week you got an assignment, you got a challenge or some sort of accountability. It was all these little tasks that you did every single week. So one of the assignments, I believe, was that you had to get all of your water in before you can do it. So for example, like you couldn't go watch your favorite TV show until you got all your water in or something. It was like, in order to do this, you had to do that. And that was one of our accountability types. And so tell me what your first initial experience was when you first got that accountability type with the water. You're like, oh my goodness, I gotta drink all this water. What was that like initially?
Terrible, because I do not drink water. I'm a home health nurse, so I drive all day long. The last thing you want to do is drink a bunch of water so that you have to stop 10 million times to go to the bathroom. I don't have that luxury of being near a bathroom. So that was probably what held me back, I think. And then I got used to not drinking water. I was lucky if I drank 2 bottles of water a day. So I just thought, okay, you know what, I'm going to go all in this time. You mentioned, you know, try to get in 8-ounce glasses a day, and I went for it. And the first couple days were...
It was a struggle. Uh-oh, I think you just froze up on us. So we'll wait till you come back here.
You know, as I mentioned in one of my posts, things I found was my skin. I just turned 50 this year, and drinking water just plumped up my skin. I was like, okay, wow, my hands don't look all crepey and crazy. So, you know, it was more than just metabolically water helps, you know, with all those processes. And I knew that in my head again as a nurse. I'm like, okay, well, that's one reason. But when you see other things that you weren't expecting, that was a great perk.
Yeah, like your skin looking younger, like water. You're like, okay, yeah. I know I'm supposed to drink water, but I've never really seen the true benefit of it. So I think I'll pass. But you following and trusting process, because that was one of the things I said at the beginning of this master class. I didn't give you all a lot of details, but I said, I'm going to ask you all to do some things that you're going to look at me like cross-eyed, like, why is she having us do this? Or it's going to be difficult for me to do. It's going to be difficult for me to complete. But I said, trust the process. And that's really essentially what you did. You trusted the process. And so there you had that experience with the water. You know, when you think about because the masterclass lasted 4 weeks, so it wasn't really long. Do you feel like that was like enough time for you to gain enough information and gain enough support and accountability and coaching where you feel like, you know what, this had a massive impact on my weight loss journey or health journey for that matter?
I did. I did feel like, you know, the 4 weeks was a decent amount of time. Definitely I think it would be worth it to go further. Absolutely. But 4 weeks gave me a lot of information. Absolutely.
That's awesome. Yeah. It looks like your husband, he wanted to be live too. So join the party. He's like, oh no, there's a camera now. Right. But yeah, and that was the goal of the masterclass, is where a person can literally get valuable information. And would you say the information was valuable?
Absolutely. Oh, 100% valuable. Yeah.
Yeah. And they were able to get valuable information where they could take it, whether they decided to do something long-term in our program or not, but they had something that was going to be sound information that they can take on their journey to ultimately a healthy lifestyle.
Yeah, and you gave us some PDFs. You gave us, you know, some things, some tools to actually print off and utilize. That was great also. And I have those and I'm still using them.
That's awesome.
Retort back to some of that to kind of just keep me on track.
Absolutely. And so overall, what would you say about it if somebody was thinking about doing the masterclass? The masterclass, by the way, is free. And I did this because, one, I just believe that there has to be more people we have to get out there and get this information to people, because people unfortunately are living these unhealthy lifestyles. They think that they really don't have a solution, and it's really because of a lack of knowledge. It's a lack of knowledge, a lack of support, a lack of direction. And I feel like I put together at least a masterclass that gives enough of that to get someone started at the very least. And so what would you say to someone who might be at the place, you know, maybe where you were even at? Because I think you had messaged me like literally just before the masterclass had just started, and you were at a place like, I need some help, you know, I need to do something. So what would you say to that person?
You know, I would tell them to trust the process. You know, that's your big thing. And it's true. You know, I think trusting that someone has spent time, as you have, putting together all of that knowledge, you know, and just letting someone else help you. Someone else, you know, give you those tools and kind of just spark that whole impetus to get you going, I think. So I would tell them, try it. Try it. Sylvia knows what she's doing.
And it's free. Hello. Trust co-self. Last question. If you were to look at, I mean, I know we talked about the water, but literally, what's the one biggest thing for you during that masterclass that was, other than the water, that was really this big takeaway for you? Or big even switch? I know the water was a big thing, but I felt like there may have been some other things. I just felt like with you, the masterclass, you were really like trusting the process. One, I can like feel that you were trusting this process, and you were going through this journey almost blindfolded, because you only got the information as you went. So I didn't give you an overview. As you went, you got the information. What would you say was the one biggest thing, the biggest takeaway for you?
Again, you know, that whole trust process, but that, you know, that I can change my body. You know, if you just trust that you don't, you know, you can, the elimination process was huge for me. You know, I've eliminated sugar before, I've eliminated grains, but eliminating those certain things at certain times was huge for me. And just, you know, knowing that you can do it, that you're strong enough to do this. And then, you know, if you can trust something for a couple of weeks, then I think that's just a stepping stone to trust it for, because it's not really, I don't see it anymore as a diet. It's a lifestyle.
And I feel like that's what you were saying. And I felt like that's what you're like, wait a minute. I'm no longer going after weight loss. I'm going after this healthy lifestyle. Or something I don't want to put words in.
That is exactly it. I don't, you know, I really, you know, I've always been that person. I can take off weight, but it comes right back on. I've been on this roller coaster. So I'm not going to look at it that way anymore. I'm going to look at it as being healthy and think about what I'm putting in my body and all the processes that you bring up in your master class, which I'm not going to give away all your secrets, but it's totally worth it. Trust the process. Trust the process.
Yeah. And one thing I said during the masterclass, and I felt like, again, watching your journey, I mean, because you would post, oh my goodness, this and this. And I just felt like you were just like having these different experiences. One thing I kept saying is, obviously we know this, when you focus on weight loss or losing weight, you will probably more than likely find it again. Whatever's lost will be found.
And I have.
What was that?
And I have. Yeah. I found it again.
We all have. I did for 20 years. I was like a master lost and found. Because started a whole business on it. But the difference here was learning that if I just not focus literally on my health, which we focus a lot on the hormones and things that are happening in the body that could potentially prevent someone from losing weight, that really they think I should be losing weight. I'm eating healthy. I'm working out. Why isn't this working? Because we had a shift in the focus. And for that reason, it wasn't about this weight loss journey. You know, I use the word weight loss, but very loosely, because that's not really what we're focusing on. In fact, I say don't focus on weight loss, right?
Right. You do. Yes.
All right. I really appreciate it. I'm going to just check really quick to see if we have any questions. Hey, you guys, Kristine's here just for a few more minutes. I told her I was not going to keep her long. But if you have any questions, please submit your questions right now. I see we got a few people on watching. Any comments, any questions for Kristine? She did the masterclass. We do have another masterclass launching on September 21st. It's completely free. My desire is that you have enough information that's going to catapult your healthy lifestyle journey. You're going to lose weight, yes, but the focus the goal is to focus on something other than weight loss so that you can actually lose the weight. But if you have any specific questions for Kristine, let's see. We'll go. I'm gonna do a countdown because I don't want to hold you longer than I need to. Let's see.
I'm good.
You're doing good? Okay, good.
What
was that like initially? I'm hearing myself now. All right, doesn't look like anyone has any questions, and that's okay. Again, we'll get the information out for the next masterclass. Again, starts on September 21st. That's a Thursday. Yes, we're starting on Thursday because that's going to be our pre-launch. And then you'll start officially on that Monday. And I'm excited for the new people that are going to be coming through. And I pray that we can have as much impact as we've been able to have with Kristine. So thank you so much, Kristine, for sharing your journey, your story, and answering my questions and doing this live call. And for your husband, Bubby, making a cameo appearance.
Yeah, he probably ran out as quick as he ran in.
Oh, no. All right. Have a great day. Thanks so much.
Thank you. You're welcome. Good luck.
Bye.